flowers in the fields, to the tallest of the towers that fall and rise. 1776, your name's upon the list of all the ones who gave until they died. Rise to the top of the world, America, America, don't you cry. Lift me up, give me strength to press on.
I have a dream. My 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream.
I'm Garridy Hamilton, and this is Pursuit of Truth. Black Lives Matter has been one of the biggest movements of the last year. From all the controversies, from shootings to competitions, it seems that America is always focusing on keeping civil rights an important issue. Now, we've had civil rights here for a long time, since the 60s, and America has done a great job of restoring freedoms for whatever race you are. But somehow, we're twisting the message that many people follow, the message of Martin Luther King Jr. and Rosa Parks, because they didn't fight for black supremacy, but black equality. Yet many of the people that have been involved in the so-called race crimes over the last few years haven't had good character. But we don't focus on that anymore. We just focus on the race. That's all we care about anymore. We care about it enough to a point where our country will chant and go with the slogan, Black Lives Matter, but someone who would say all lives matter is racist. And you'd think even a presidential candidate who supported the Black Lives Matter movement would still say all lives mattered. I mean, he's running for president. Well, that's what I thought until Bernie Sanders said otherwise.
The question from Arthur in Des Moines is, do Black lives matter or do all lives matter? Let's put that question to Senator Sanders.
Black lives matter.
Are we in a country now where we have a presidential candidate who not only is a socialist, but essentially says all lives don't matter? One of the big controversies that the Black Lives Matter movement has followed is the so-called gun violence in America, that police are racists, when in reality, the numbers show otherwise. Because in the last 50 years, police killings of African Americans have gone down 70%. And in 2012, only 123 African Americans were killed by police with a gun, when 326 whites were killed. Almost 3 times the number, according to the CDC. Now listen, because this is important. Violence against any black person by a cop that is unjustified is never acceptable. But it is not a systemic problem. And most cops are very respectable people. There's only a very, very small percentage of unjustified police killings. But that's all that makes the media, which is part of the propaganda that the media will spin to say that all cops are racist. But not only does the Black Lives Matter movement rally against cops, but everyday Americans defending themselves. According to FBI.gov, in 2013, there were 2,491 African Americans killed, but only 7.5% of them were killed by whites. Yet somehow, the Black Lives Matter movement and the entire liberal media will only focus on that small percentage. This is the kind of propaganda we live with now, where even the Oscar Awards are being boycotted. Here's some numbers for the Oscar Awards. Since the year 2000, a stretch of 15 years, 3 black people have won an Academy Award for Best Actor. That's 20%. But when it comes to the population in the United States, African Americans only make up 13.2%. If the Thunder, when playing the Lakers, had to sit out Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook so the teams would be more evenly matched, they'd say, well, that's absurd, because they're all playing under the same rules on the same court. But the outcome of the game is not going to be equal, because the Thunder are clearly better than the Lakers. So they're not trying to create an equal playing field, but an equal winner's circle. And like Dinesh D'Souza said in his book, America, the Declaration of Independence does not mean we are equal in endowments. only in rights. Equality of rights not only permits inequality of success or outcomes, it provides the moral justification for the inequality of outcomes. I'm Garridy Hamilton, and this is Pursuit of Truth.